Where we last left off, we had just finished creating drawings for our blue, brown, green, orange, and red pieces. We're going to add in an extra drawing that's going to show an exploded view, the assembly view, and a bill of materials and balloons to identify what each of the pieces are. To do that, go and click on New Sheet, and for our base, we're going to browse for the exploded solution. Notice that this is not to scale, this is now half scale, so it'll fit on the paper. We're going to change this to our ISO top right view and set that down. Change it back to a shaded drawing so it'll print in color and you can see very visually exactly how the solution comes together. Also go ahead and browse for your other solution, your assembled view. Let's make sure that's shaded, and we'll make that isometric top right as well. And we can change this to a 1-to-1 view because this will fit on the paper. Now to add in our balloons in our parts list, we're going to select balloon and click on one of our pieces. When you first click on the piece, it's going to prompt you and make sure that you want it from the assembly solution. To set the balloons down, you click once on the part, once away from it, right click and select Continue. To add in a parts list or a bill of materials, select Parts. Click the drop down next to Select Document and tell it that you want it to be the Puzzle Cube Solution Assembly file, and select OK. This initially comes up as a little large, but we're going to change a couple things about it so it will fit on the paper. For one thing, we have a description column here that we are not going to do anything with it this time. On future projects you might. To change that, double click on your parts list, select the column chooser, and we're going to select description and remove it from the list. Click OK and apply, and now it does fit on the paper. We can move over the puzzle cube just a little bit so it looks a little nicer. But number 1 on this is matched up with the blue part, 2 is matched up with the brown part, 3 is matched up with green, 4 for orange, and 5 for red. Everything is identified. We're going to go back in and add our name. We'll give it a title. And instead of putting a scale here, because we have 2 different scales, we're going to add text under this. And above this. Before we save everything, note that this is calling everything in the drawing, everything in this collection of sheets, blue, because blue is the first puzzle cube piece that we saved and brought in to make a sheet. We probably want to change that. So instead of blue, let's type in puzzle cube. We'll save it in the puzzle cube folder with everything else. And if we would like, we can go back and rename each of these sheets something more meaningful. So instead of sheet 1, this can be blue. Sheet 2. Was our brown piece. Sheet 3 was green. Orange. Red. And our solution. You cannot get rid of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because this is still how many sheets there are in your drawing packet. When you go to print this, you go to File, Print. We want it to print out to scale. We want all the sheets from 1 to 6. And before you continue, make sure that you've selected room 301 as the printer. And if this is the first time you've ever printed from my room, you'll have to go to Job Handling and set your user number at 21007. 21007. You can select Preview, and you can see what all of this would look like if you were to print it out. And so long as your 6 pages are correct, you can go to File, Print, and we'll print everything out. Okay, good luck.